Hello, it is I, Dr. Ryan Lorgon 111, and welcome back to Terraria. For today, to start things off, as you'll recall, we found this antlion biome crazy thing, and died pretty soon into it. I would like to explore it some more, and try to get whatever goodies might be there. I'd also like to get some more money, so that we can afford another pylon. And so, it's not this rail cart system. But there's another one a bit further down that we want to take in order to get there. The fishing quest for today didn't seem all that doable. And the... Hello, bat. Nice. And the guide I also spent a bit of time talking to about various recipes with just some common crafting ingredients, and I actually didn't find as much as I thought I might. Where am I trying to get to? Up and to the left. Okay, let's go through here. So for the moment, I think it just makes sense to focus on some things that we do know where they're at, and the antlion biome is one of them. And now that I know a little bit of what to expect, hopefully I'll be able to have a little bit more success. And since I have some desert fossils, I think I'd really like the extractinator, because just in terms of normal crafting recipes, that was one of the things I checked with the guide about. They can be turned into desert fossil walls, and that's about it. What is that? Oh, it's okay. It was like a spore egg kind of thing or something. I did not bring iron skin regen potions. I do have a good well-fed buff. But that's kind of the only asset. Okay, and I can walk past those things. Okay, here's where I died before. The antlions do die in the lava. Right, the rolling cactus. That was the thing that got me. Forgot about that already. Well, already. It's a fresh day. Okay, so golfer. Golfer? I heard something about golf in the update. Apparently there's a golfer. That's maybe an NPC, I don't know. Okay. No rare creatures. Okay, so he despawned. I want to understand how the rolling cactus works. Ouch! Okay, so you take damage from it just from getting near it. I see. And like a boulder, if you click it, it starts rolling. Ah, hey, cut it out. Oh, golfer again. Alright, we'll see if we can find the golfer. Yeah, so it's basically like a rollable boulder thing. Alright, we need to go. No rare creatures. Okay, the golfer is gonna appear and disappear frequently, it seems. You know what? Let's throw a campfire out here. That'll be helpful. What are these things? Antlion chargers, okay. Can't tell if it's a different sprite or I just can't see them very well in the dark. The music here is like super intense. It's kind of blowing my mind. Okay. Just trying to light up a little bit more, see what I'm getting into, and give myself some space. Actually, this will help give myself some space, so that when there are worm enemies, I can kind of sit in the middle of an open room and fire at them. That would be good. Ah, all the sand falling, though, is also killing me. Let's heal again. Oh, gosh. And yeah, the rolling cactus. Okay, so here's something I want to know. Oh, it can damage the enemies, too. So that's good. So there's a way for me to use my environment to my advantage. Okay, that's important information. When we find new enemies, we also need to find new strategies. Well, poop. Okay, the rolling cactus is mean. That is very, very mean. Okay. I wonder if I can re-approach that area from the top, because I think it would be easier to move top down. So if I look on the mini-map, I could maybe try to come over here. I might do that. Let me sort through some inventory briefly. Also, genius that I am, I said I had a good, well-fed buff, but I forgot to actually consume it. So I had no buff when I was down there. Okay, but let me also make some iron skin and regen potions. Hey, I found Skeleton Merchant. Mandible Calavera. Do you have anything interesting? I would want a counterweight at some point. It costs 6 gold, and I don't even have that much money. Oh, that's so sad. How much do bunny stews sell for? Oh, they sell for a lot. I think I found the solution to my money problems. Oh no, sorry. That was if I were to sell the entire stack. Got it. I think I'm willing to do that though. To get me up to where I can buy the counterweight, because that's a relatively rare thing to come across. And I think I could put that in a social slot. No, I can't. That's a bummer. Alright, well, there's a lot of things to spend money on, and I'm struggling to get them all. Right, a gold pickaxe can mine demonite. I could sell some excess demonite. We could fight the Eye of Cthulhu again. That would actually be a good idea. It's 6 p.m. Yeah, let me change gears. Our new plan is to fight the Eye of Cthulhu again and make some money off of the demonite. Alright, so I have a slightly different plan for fighting Eye of Cthulhu this time. I am going to use the bowl of soup, iron skin and regen. I'm mostly going to shoot him and use the grenades, but I'm also going to try to occasionally set him on fire. And obviously I have a bigger arena to work with. But it's already nighttime, so we can do this. And yeah, I also have a ton more mobility since I've got the rocket boots. That's another big deal. So I think this should be relatively easy. And I think based on what I saw last time, if I can outrun the small eyeballs, then I don't really need to shoot at them at all, and eventually just the nature of their AI causes them all to group up, and then I can hit them all at the same time with a single grenade. So that's going to be my plan. Alright, and yeah, we are already into the phase where he has changed like that. Let me just continue to dodge around for a bit. Let's also get in the honey just in case we need it. I'm going to spend all my focus on the Eye of Cthulhu, but yeah, look at the eyeballs, look how tightly they're grouped in. So now I can do this and get them all. So that is definitely a strategy versus this guy. And I almost feel like, I don't know, I almost feel like he's moving slightly slower than he used to, which wouldn't make any sense. Like in Master Mode, I think they've just changed the, spawning rates and things like that and hit points. I don't think they've changed anything with like monster AIs. I don't know. In any case, Eye of Cthulhu's going down, and we'll be better off for it. And I guess I could have used Shield of Cthulhu to like, dodge this guy in this phase of the battle, but I don't have it equipped, and I don't really need it. There we go. Easy peasy. Okay, Eye of Cthulhu's been defeated. We got more aviators, we got more demonites. This time we got an angry Shield of Cthulhu, as opposed to hard. Alright, very nice. I'm gonna sell off some excess stuff and see how we're doing on money. Okay, and just like that, I have 17 gold coins. That's terrific. So I'm gonna go purchase the pylon from the Dryad next. Okay, Jungle Pylon, 8 gold. I can afford it now. And now a question becomes, where do I want to put it? I think maybe, where was the left-hand side of the jungle? It was over here. But I also made a fishing spot somewhere over here. Like, eventually I want to be able to get to the ocean, but I'm going to need some happier NPCs who like it out there. I imagine the goblin will be happier once I manage to get the mechanic to live with, maybe. So I'm not sure the best strategy right now. And the other thing I was thinking is I could also probably put the jungle pylon in my underground jungle that's growing in at some point. But I think right now the thing that makes the most sense is to put it on the left-hand side of the jungle just so I can warp around the world a little bit faster. So I think I'll go do that. So let's try teleporting. Okay. Oops. You're not close enough to a pylon to teleport within the pylon network. So I think that's the zombie knockback. Basically got me. So I need to zoom out on the map and click out in the other spot very quickly. There aren't enough villagers near the current pylon. Okay, so there do need to be villagers. That's the thing I didn't know. So I'm going to have to build a house here. And possibly have 1 or 2 NPCs there. So I could try moving the Dryad here, for example. Okay. I'm sure it's a complicated system to learn the first time you use it. But then it's probably going to be straightforward once I get to it. Get used to it. Okay, so here's what I've done. I've just made 2 simple houses. I have moved the Dryad and the Demolitionist, sorry, the Arms Dealer here, and I'm leaving the Pylon here, and so hopefully once the NPCs teleport here, which probably won't be until the next Nightfall, I will be able to teleport there as a destination, and we'll continue working on that. Okay, so I'm kind of directly above where the Antlion Den is. And so I've got a mining potion. I'm going to dig straight down and try to end up in the top of the Antlion Den if I can. And let's see what happens. Oh yeah, look at this. Maybe it's a very tall biome, because we might be in it. And also I've got like the windy desert sandstorm music going on, which scares me a little bit. And there's my first rolling cactus. Okay. So the next thing I need to do is figure out how to deal with these rolling cacti. So, can I shoot it from afar? Yes. It will go rolling. It woke up... What is that called? Antlion larva? Okay. So basically, when you break open the eggs, you get a larva. Antlion mandible. Right. Just the potion ingredient for the mining potions. That's terrific. I'd love to be able to get more of those. And for the moment... Oh gosh. Oh gosh. Okay, Cobalt Shield would be really good in here. But I can shoot these things, we decided. I can shoot those things also to wake them up. Water Bolt would be pretty amazing in here, I think. But I don't have that. Can I use a grenade in order to wake up the rolling cactus? Yes. Oh, and what did I get here? Scarab Bomb. I think that's the new... Oh, that's one of the things I've been looking forward to the most in the update. Because I saw a spoiler about it like 6 months ago or something. Bombs that can dig tunnels. Okay, so let's try one out. Scarab Bomb. A narrow explosion that destroys most tiles aimed away from your position. So if I do this, I aim to the left. Yeah. Okay, so I need to learn a little bit better about how it works. That seems pretty cool. I'll definitely be playing around with that more, and I wonder if these guys are gonna drop something that gives us access to those bombs. Like if there's a way to craft them. Or maybe the golfer NPC? I don't know why the golfer NPC would sell them. He'll probably sell the golfing equipment would be my guess. But we saw the golfer down here at some point. Okay, so let's see. Let's shoot this. Wakes that up. Can I set you on fire? Probably. Yeah, you seem pretty fire immune. I guess you are a desert enemy. And so the desert's hot, and so maybe they don't have a reason. Oh no, I set them on fire. Okay. And I need to remember that I can use my flail like this because it's a pretty effective thing to do. Although it'd be better if I aimed directly below myself, so that this guy's AI would walk into it a little bit more frequently. And let's see, I can probably wake you up like that. Okay. Alright, I'm starting to get a feel for this biome and how to stay alive. I'm sure, now that I've said that, I'm going to be dead in like 2 seconds. But we'll see what happens. Still have not found the thing I really want. Tell me which you really, really want. I really, really want... Let's move over here. Haha. The golfer is nearby, apparently, once again. Okay, this guy's being too effective at jumping. I see him. It's inside the pots, and here is where I got those scarab bombs. Okay. Oh, so much to do. Let's stay alive. That can be part 1 of our list of things to do. part 2 can be to hit this little larva with a grenade. So of course he jumps over it. Okay, so if they're not on flat terrain, their AI is pretty good at being dodgy. So I'm gonna have to learn how those guys work. Down here, it doesn't even look like it's worth going in there. I guess I could just go past it, though. Here, let's do this. I woke that guy up. Alright, you go down there. I'll stay up here. Yeah, you definitely want a grappling hook if you're in here. Stay on the ceiling, I think. And grenades are good everywhere in the early game. Interesting. Okay, I managed to wake up the egg with one of my hooks just below it. So it seems if you update a block next to an egg, it will also spawn the larva. And I think the enemy, then the larva, when he ran into the rolling cactus, made the cactus start rolling. But these guys are running through the cactus, and they're not making the cactus start rolling. So maybe it was also my grappling hook that ended up doing it. Yeah, there's lots of the finer details of the game mechanics here that I still don't completely understand. Oh boy. Antlion charger. Can my flail just sit down here? Yeah. But now you're not going to hop up here. Oh, there's a life crystal over there. I want it. Want. Let's throw some grenades and just hope for the best. That's always a good strategy. Aiming is for suckers. Yeah, it's actually working pretty well. Eventually hitting guys. Alright, there's my life crystal, and there's a ton of bad guys. Oh, inside a house! Nice. Maybe we'll get an extractinator finally, assuming that extractinators are still a thing that are found with some frequency inside these houses. Oh, wow, the furniture looks different. Look at this chest. What do we get? Magic conch. Listen closely, you can hear the ocean. Is that going to be like a one-time teleport to the ocean or something? We'll try that out in a bit. Not right now, because we're busy. Rolling cactus, so I think I could hide here. I should have tried updating the block near it, though. I need to experiment. We need to know these things, because this is going to be a very dangerous biome until I figure out a lot of these details. Yeah, their jumpiness makes it very hard to just land a grenade on the ground and assume that you're going to hit them. Alright, here we go, Tomb Crawler. One more hit. There we go. Great. Okay, so I'm going to avoid this rolling cactus for a moment. And I want to try breaking one of the blocks it's sitting on, but I want to do it from a safe location. So I'm going to dig over here. Oh, a painting. Another house. Okay, new priority. What do we get? Wild Ancient Chisel. Increases mining speed. Equipable. Oh, wow! That's pretty cool. And more of these bombs. Neat. Okay. Fantastic. And what is this? Sandstone table. And I think that's a new painting. Life above the sand. Alright. It is still the case that the houses are visible from below by the wooden beams that they tend to sit upon, which has always been good breadcrumbs for just helping find these structures when you're underground. So that's good game design, in my opinion. Okay, but here's what we're going to do. So I'm going to sit here, and so it's sitting on these two blocks, but if I update this one, yes, that still made it roll. So I think possibly the 4 blocks nearby it, any updates to any of them potentially can make it roll. And presumably if it's on one of the rightmost blocks, maybe it rolls to the left and vice versa. That might be too much of an assumption to make at this point. Sure. And if one of them rolls, it does end up updating the other one when it rolls into another one. Okay. The good news, I suppose, is because they are one-time traps, like once you set it off, it's like, if you didn't die to it, then you don't have to worry about it again. That one is gone forever, it seems like. Unless, like, cactuses... Oh, rolling cactus. Like, cactus just grow naturally on the surface, so maybe the rolling cactus, maybe they will respawn. Maybe they grow naturally in this biome. Maybe they have a behavior like the chlorophyte in the jungle, that only, like, a certain number of them can spawn in one area on one screen, or something like that. That's a possibility. So many things to speculate about. This is the enjoyment of playing blind, is getting to try to draw your own conclusions about these things and try to do the testing of the science. So I'm definitely, all the areas that I light up, that I've gone through, I'm going to try to destroy all the rolling cactuses in them. I might have gotten the block 2 below the sky and it still did that. Okay, we're going to test that on this cactus then. Actually, hold on. One thing at a time. First up, I need to kill some more of these bad guys. How can I kill the bad guys without waking up the cactus? Also, Tomb Crawler, you need to go again. Everything in this game is so fraught. Like, there's always so much to do and so much to worry about. You come up with a plan and there's immediately another distraction. It's both good and bad with this game. There are times where I just want to sit down and focus on the thing I want to do. And sometimes you can't do that, but then there's other times where it's like, oh boy, this is a new exciting thing. Oh boy, this is a new exciting thing. I don't think they used to be able to fit through 2 wide holes like I just made there. So it's possible that the antlion collision box has changed, and that makes them more fearsome as enemies. Because it used to be that you could hide out above or below them with a 2 wide hole like this, and not have to worry about them hitting you. And now that's a concern. Okay, so we're finally going to be able to perform our experiment. Gosh darn it. I said we're finally going to perform our experiment. You need to help. Do your part, little larva. Alright, we're going to ignore the little larva. He'll eventually find his way over here. So what I want to see is if I break block 2 below the desert cactus, the rolling cactus, what happens? Okay, 2 below did not wake it up. 2 below on the right did not wake it up. And I'm not close enough to dig the 1 below. Here we go. Oh, 1 below on the right didn't wake it up. It is in some... let's try over here. Maybe it is just the 2 blocks, or how about this block? Hold on. There's so much science we need to do. This is important stuff. Okay, what if I break the block to the left of it? That also woke it up. So I think it's just the blocks that it's touching. So possibly the 2 to the left, the 2 to the right, the 2 below, and maybe the 2 above. I should have tried. There's rarely going to be a block above, but in this case there was a cobweb. So if I'd realized that was going to be an experiment I wanted to run, this would have been a good one to run it on. That opportunity has been lost, but perhaps there'll be another. I also wonder what happens if I drop a sand block like on the head of a rolling cactus and it falls on like that. That would be an interesting experiment to try. We already have a bunch of new stuff. But I do have a piggy bank and can put some stuff away and we can keep looking around, so let me do that. Okay, inventory's been managed, back to exploring. Oh, there's just a chest lying around kind of randomly in here. Okay. Here's my opportunity to see what happens if we drop a piece of sand on top of the rolling cactus. That does wake it up. Alright, so another experiment has been performed. This is great. We're doing rolling cactus science. I love it. Alright, yeah, you guys all group over here so that I can hit you with grenades. You can do it. Yeah. Nice. Alright, a couple more grenades and we'll have killed just about all these guys. And then I can finish off the rest of you with actual weapons. Oops, except for I woke up another one. Go away, little guy. I really like this flail weapon, but not having a ton of knockback with the weapon in my 1 slot makes it hard all of a sudden when I get into trouble. Fortunately, the musket has a lot of knockback, and so if I can successfully aim, that's usually my strategy for staying alive when I need to keep enemies off me. And then something I want to know, if I hit this from this side, it rolls towards me, which makes sense. Because you know, if you're a game designer who's trying to decide to create a trap that's going to kill the player, obviously you want it to come toward the player. So it seems like it's probably like the opposite of knockback, would be my guess. Knockback always pushes things away from the player. That's another experiment we can try to do, though. It's just to verify that it always goes opposite, or always goes back toward the player where the incoming bullet's coming from. So what is this? Snake Charmer's Flute summons rope snakes. Okay, I have to try this out. Whoa! So it's like a temporary magic rope that then goes away. And you can only have one of at a time, presumably, or maybe after a minute or something it'll go away anyway. That's pretty cool. So if you managed to get this early in the game and didn't have a grappling hook yet, it's effectively kind of like a temporary grappling hook, I guess. What an unusual item. I like it. Okay, let's keep looking around. I hear... Oh, that's probably the golfer taking damage. And now he just died, I think. I think is what happened there. I also note, when we originally found it, there was a lava. When we came into the bottom area of this biome, and I haven't seen any lava up at the top area. So it might be like this biome is almost like a, you know, a tiny copy of the world. And that you get lava at the bottom of the biome and not at the top of the biome, even though you're not deep enough to get lava at the bottom of the world when you get to the bottom of this biome. I don't know how well I explained that. Hopefully some of you got that. Let's see. I'm spending a lot of time in here. That's not necessarily a bad thing. Just trying to look at the mini-map and see if there's obvious places I should go. Let's travel back up and through the places I've been and see if any new rolling cactus have spawned, because that's something I'm really curious about. Also, I'm running low on grenades, so unless I start using them more effectively... Let's try... How far can the flail go? Oops. That's pretty good. Okay, that ended up being super effective, somewhat by accident. I planned to do something along these lines, but not something this great and amazing. So I'm just holding down the mouse button to keep the flail out. And these guys' AIs have gotten in the perfect spot for them to all die to it. And I'm gonna get lots of loot, and everything's gonna be great. Unfortunately, this guy's in a position where he's just barely getting hit by it. I'm gonna let this one last guy die. Should I let this guy die too? No, I'll just go fight him. Nimble Mandible Blade. So I think that's an early game sword that you can get. Yeah. So that's just the same thing that used to be there. Okay, so we're gonna travel back through the places we've been. We're gonna try to see if we see any quote-unquote new rolling cactus. And since we have lit up areas, there's also a chance that if we encounter the golfer, we'd actually be able to see him on the screen. And so those are the main things. There's a rolling cactus here. I think maybe I didn't disturb this one, though. We have kind of incomplete science here. But I can do something that I didn't get a chance to do before, which is I'm going to break the block to the left of it. Oh, the golfer is somewhere in the left. Hold on. We can come back and do that experiment. I heard the golfer take damage. It was somewhere to the left. He's got to be in here somewhere. I think he just died and respawned, possibly, so let's not worry about it right now. Oh, there he is. Alright, golfer. Who are you? Okay, I've talked to him. I'm not sure if he is a town NPC, or if he's an NPC... Ooh! Banana split. That sounds delicious. Or if he's an NPC that is a traveling merchant underground. He has a happiness thing, though. He needs a place to hang up my clubs. Okay, so I think that means I can give him a home. I know that there's golf in Terraria now. We will learn about it in the future. We have a new NPC. Maybe I can move him to the ocean and he'll be happy there. Okay, great. I'm pretty sure I've woke him up, though, and he'll end up back at home. So now we can go back to performing science experiment number 72, which is if I break the block to the left of the cactus, but not one of the ones it's sitting on, that does wake it up. So I think it probably is all the blocks that are adjacent, the two below, the two to the left, the two to the right, and I imagine the two above. And is this amber? It is. Amber used to be something that would only come out of the extractinator and wasn't found in the world. And now it appears to be a gemstone that could be found in this biome, near the fossils that used to have to get it from. So that kind of makes sense. Alright. All kinds of cool stuff. And remind me again, do bombs, I think they do, destroy desert fossils? I still don't have an extractinator. But I think it's got time to go home. We've managed to get a bunch of stuff, and I'm pretty happy with it. Okay, eventually when I get crate potions, I decided I was going to want to have somewhere right near home where I could do some fishing. Oh wow, there's like a little lily pad here that just appeared on the water. Right there. And I think that's breakable? Yeah. But it must grow like in the forest biome or when there's other nearby greenery nearby or something. I'm not sure how those appear. In any case, I hollowed that out. I still have not played around with the magic conch. If you listen closely, you can hear the ocean. It doesn't say consumable, so let's try it out. It brought me to the ocean. It brought me to the last above sea level block on the left-hand side of the map. So that's extremely convenient. Any chance that you are happy enough to sell an ocean teleporter, or maybe the conch is the ocean teleporter, and that's all you get? Can I catch a seagull? I can. There's a seashell that grew inside this house. He prefers the forest biome, I think, though. Alright, so we have the magic seashell. Or sorry, the magic conch. I'm still curious to know if it can go to both oceans. So let's try using it again. It can. So here's a portion of the map I've never been. What is this? Shell pile. Oh, you can make shell piles. I saw that in crafting out of other shells. So basically, the crafting recipe for shells lets you make shell piles. And apparently they can also naturally form on the beach. So I'm going to light up a little bit of this, just to see what's here. Yeah, I guess there's a lot of the map over here that I haven't been to. So finding that magic conch in the antlion den is definitely a good thing. I do want to quickly look and see if there's an easy to get to chest anywhere down here. So let's just try doing this really quick. Well, there's some fallen stars for sure, and lots of shell piles down here. I don't immediately see a chest to get to down there, though. So I guess since we're here, I really need to get some Hermes boots. At least I have the grappling hook, which can help me accelerate in different portions. I'm curious also, this doesn't give off sufficient sparks to like see underneath the ground. If there's an enchanted sword shrine, sometimes you need to see just below the ground. And how about my boots? The sparks they give off also don't really enable me to see underground all that well. So these roots possibly grow near the giant trees, I guess, but there's another giant tree over here. So I guess we're checking it out next. What do we have over here? The door is automatically open. And what is this? Deadly Finch Staff. Summon damage! Summon a baby finch to fight for you, and there's goblins coming. And there's a gnome, apparently, as a rare creature somewhere. Let's get prepared for the goblins. And let's check out the Deadly Finch Staff. Alright. I have a finch who's gonna fight for me. But there's gonna be goblins approaching in just a moment. I moved the golfer up here just for the moment. but I haven't played around with any of his wares yet, and I think I probably don't plan to anytime in the immediate future. That's something we can do further down the road. For goblins, I have the lava area. I'm much stronger than I was before. The finch is like sitting in a nest on my head, it looks like. That's amazing. Okay, I can't wait to see what the finch does, even if it's only 8 summon damage. Like, I was lucky to get the deadly prefix, so I don't have to reforge it. Oh, I'm almost out of grenades, so I'm gonna have to be clever and use other weapons, I think is the moral of the story here. And my previous goblin army, I think I thought I saw them coming from both east and west, but it was like west both times. Okay, so the finch, got it. So let's watch how the finch works. It seems like he doesn't want to go in a radius more than about this away from me. When I started moving further away, the finch started flying back up towards me. But he's definitely flying through and dealing a bit of damage, so that's good. These guys are tough enough. Let's eat our banana split, which is like a medium well-fed bonus. And then I'll have to decide if I actually start dodging, rather than doing finch science, if I need to use some iron skin and regen potions, which I always could do. Okay, but strategy number 1 is get them all to the lower level, and strategy number 2 is to kite them into the lava. And strategy number 3 is to use the musket. And I think that combination of 3 strategies will be sufficient to deal with these guys pretty handily. Strategy number 4 could be to use some of their spiky balls against them. So let's definitely pick up some spiky balls and throw them on the ground down here too. Alright, but for the moment I seem to be staying alive. Yeah, the finch, he does continual damage. He does fly around in a circle that's not all that tight. So as we just saw there, it's possible that he'll just fly in a circle around an enemy, rather than actually be able to continually hit them. But that's a pretty minor complaint for a free summon. And I wonder if that's just a rare thing that can be found inside the treetops, or if there's any other way to get the Finch summon staff. But it's great to have another early game summon weapon, because it was very hard to get off the ground as a summoner class, unless you got really lucky and got the slime staff. So that's going to be a welcome change for many people. Alright, Finch, get down here and start killing some of these guys. You can do it. Also, Brian, shoot and start killing some of these guys. You can do it. Let's heal. At this point, I've got plenty of healing potions, so I shouldn't be afraid to use them. I got a hurtful harpoon. Let's actually try out the harpoon a little bit, because at close range I remember it being a pretty effective weapon, just because it shoots out and comes back very quickly, and it does a fair bit of damage. It's not quite the chain knife in terms of ease of use for quickly shooting it out and getting it back, but it's not bad. That said, I think it does only hit one enemy at a time, so it'd be nicer to have kind of piercing enemies to work with some things. We're going to get a lot of harpoons. Once again, I presume Master Mode, the drops. Oh, the nest is on my head even when the Finch is out killing other guys. Okay, so basically when I have this summoned, there's just going to be a little nest sitting on my head, and the Finch will fly back to me when there aren't any enemies to kill. I think is what I'm imagining is happening here. That's all good. Okay, but I should have no trouble finishing off these goblins, so I will do so. Hey, I got a banner! 50th Goblin Warrior. Nice. And I'll probably start getting some other banners too. Well, might not get any more because we're almost done with the invasion. But the banners will make the invasion easier to deal with in the future. Okay, Goblin Army's been defeated. Let's kill off the stragglers. That's right, you're a straggler. And let's see how many harpoons we manage to pick up. I'll just walk in the lava. It's no problem at all. One, two, three, 4 harpoons. Amazing. The seagull is a material, and one of the things you can do at a cooking pot is make roasted bird, which is minor improvements to all stats. Okay, I don't see myself doing anything else with the seagull, so sorry bird, but you're about to become a meal. There are some little bugs, ladybugs. I have not seen these before. I'm not sure if there's a certain weather or a certain number of NPCs or what has caused them to appear. They're a material as well as a bait. The guide has walked out over here. So let's find out about crafting with ladybugs. You can put them in a cage. Oh, there's a luck potion. Luck! Finally! This is something that they have always needed. What does it need? Bottled water, water leaf, ladybugs, and pink pearl. I don't know where you get a pink pearl. I presume that this makes rare drops more frequent, which is one thing that this game has desperately needed forever. What is this? Luck potion? Oh, okay. And lesser luck potion. White pearl. Got it. Black pearl and pink pearl. Probably some things in the ocean. Okay, things to look forward to for next time. We've probably done enough for today. I hope, as always, that you guys are having a great day, and I will see you again soon with more Terraria, where maybe my blink root will finally start growing so that I can start making some potions.